So it's the 1st of February today, and Matt and I are very excited to be making a start on the living room makeover. So I'm going to be filming for my weekly vlogs. I'll just film whatever we've managed to get done during the week, but I'm also going to be filming for an entire video showing the room from start to finish and everything we do in between. So really looking forward to this. Clock's about to chime midday. So what we're actually going to do first of all is clear out of the room everything that we're able to, and I've just found some cardboard boxes to put all of the vases and ornaments and things in. We're going to take down the curtains and they actually need to be cleaned. I'll find somewhere for all of the pillows, and we are actually going to have to live like students for the next week or two. We're going to obviously eat in the dining room, but the rest of the time we'll probably spend in the bedroom. So I'm not sure how that's going to go. I don't like living in mess, as you probably know, so I'm going to try to keep as absolutely tidy as we can as we go along. At least if the rest of the house is in some sort of order, it won't feel so bad. But I am really looking forward to getting this room done, and I know it's going to be wonderful once it's finished. Okay, let's get started. And we're now back in the living room. It's actually the afternoon because we both had work to do this morning, but Matt has already, if I just angle you round, fitted that next piece of coving, and I think that so far it's looking really good. I can take you around like that. So we've got 2 walls done now, and Matt is just measuring up now for the next bit, which will go across the top of the wallpaper. And the reason that we're not removing the wallpaper is just because it's not a very solid wall underneath, and we're just worried that if we sort of pick away at the wallpaper, that will probably take a lot of the plaster away.
It will take the plaster off, yeah.
And we sort of found that when we started removing wallpaper before we papered it last time. So we're just going to go over the top of it. But yeah, not sure if we're going to get our woody walk today. Rain is scheduled for 4 o'clock, but if not, we can just carry on a bit later as well into the evening and hopefully make some good progress. So we have managed to make it out for our walk, the Monday walk. There are a few spits of rain in the air. Sky's looking a little bit grey, but just so glad to get out really. It's been a bit of a weird day. All I've really done today is my Etsy parcels and then helped Matt with the coving. And I say helped because I'm just sort of holding it up and passing things, not really doing much of the hard graft. But miter joins, I don't know if you've ever done that in real life, as opposed to, you know, doll's house coving, are very difficult. And because our walls, because it's an old house and none of the walls are straight, it makes it even more difficult. So you're not just cutting angles, but you're cutting angles along non-straight walls. But Matt is very clever at that, and he's getting them to sort of join up and doing a little bit of fill-in as well. So it's looking really good so far. We've got one more strip to do, one more wall, which we're going to do when we get in. And then we'll have dinner, and then it will be back in the bedroom to watch TV. And it just feels so strange, just getting comfy on the bed of an evening and watching TV. Feels like we're sort of camping or something. But yeah, really looking forward to getting on with the living room. And I've got some really nice ideas for, you know, the rest of the decor. So yeah, I'll be sharing all of it here. And as I said earlier, in that, you know, one big video that I'll do from start to finish. But also looking forward to getting into my craft room tomorrow. I've been doing a little bit of embroidery over the weekend for some, well, a stair carpet that I'm making for the 1940s doll's house. But just really looking forward to getting in, sitting at my craft desk tomorrow, or sitting at my desk in my craft room rather, and I'll do a little bit of filming as well to let you see what I'm working on, for those of you that don't follow me on my miniatures channel or Patreon. Okay, but let's have a look at the scene. So I haven't actually done much filming this week for the vlog, so I'm going to make this a 10-day one. And that's really just because we're still doing the decorating and it's just such a mess in the house at the moment. And even though we're doing, you know, just the living room, the whole house just seems to be in upheaval. And I'm probably exaggerating there. It's just because a lot of things are piled in the dining room. I've also got extra boxes and crates of books and things in my craft room. And it just makes me feel so sort of unorganised and untidy, even though I know it's only, you know, temporary. But I haven't really done much filming, like I say. We also had a power cut day in the week where it just kept sort of going on and off during the day, right up until 11 o'clock in the evening. And then the following day, the Wi-Fi was out on and off again throughout the day. So I'm not sure what's been going on, whether there's been sort of repairs and things going on in nearby villages. I know they've been doing the roads, but I wouldn't have thought that affected, you know, the wires sort of further down. But anyway, that's what's been happening. So it's been a bit of a strange week. I've also been quite busy at work, and Matt's also been busy doing the decorating and of course his own work. So that's my excuse really for not putting the camera on as often as I wanted to. But what I am doing today is just treating myself to a bit of a spa day. So I've washed and conditioned my hair, so I've used the Moroccan Argan Oil Repair Shampoo from Herbal Essences, which I really love. And then I've used the OGX hair mask, again, which I really like and I've had good results with. So I've got the hair mask on now, I've cleansed my face, and now I'm using the new Superdrug Chamomile Melting Cleansing Balm. And I really like this because it's really nice and thick and creamy. And what you do is you just apply it to your damp skin, as I'm doing here, and then you can actually add a little bit of water and turn it into a sort of foaming cleanser. So you're getting a sort of double cleanse with it. But I love anything that's really sort of thick and creamy. I do use a cleansing milk as well as a sort of part of my weekly facial routine, as well as the micellar cleansing water, which removes makeup really well. But I do like a really good cream cleanser, because it really feels as though it's getting your skin, you know, giving it a real sort of deep clean. So that's what I'm doing here. I'm now going to rinse this off, and then I'm going to try one of those face masks that I bought. So I'm using the turmeric and dead sea salts face mask for all skin types, and I'm applying it just to slightly damp skin. I find that you can pull your skin if you apply it to, you know, completely dry skin. But isn't that a really great colour? I don't know why I was expecting it to be grey. Of course, the turmeric, it would be this colour. And this one you leave on for 10 to 15 minutes, and it will dry hard. So don't apply it directly around your eye area, or again, you'll stretch the delicate eye skin when you blink and move your face. And I try to do a face mask once a week. I don't always, but I really like the tissue masks, because you can just sort of put that on and you can carry on with what you're doing. I suppose you can with this one, but I'll probably just go and sit for 10 minutes and let it dry. And if you feel it sort of drying sooner than that, if you've put it on a little bit thinner, then, you know, you can wash it off sooner than that. It's sort of once it's dry that it starts seeping all the well, dirt, I suppose, out of your pores. I've still got quite a bit left in my hands, even though I feel as though it's almost completely covered. But I'll keep going, I'll apply all of it, and if I need to leave it longer, I will. It's a really good colour. And then this afternoon, I'm going to have a lovely hot bath. I really like using exfoliating gloves. So I've got a pair of those which I use with a really nice Dove body wash to give a really good sort of overall body scrub. And I use the St. Ives scrub on my face, but I'll also use just a little bit of that on knees and elbows and heels and things, you know, where you get naturally sort of dry skin. Just for a little bit of extra, you know, softening, I suppose. I really like to do that. And then I use a body oil on damp skin and then get dry. And you can use a baby oil for that, or any sort of body oil that you like. And I feel that that really gives my skin a really good treatment, moisturising treatment. Okay, so I have got a little bit left on my hands still. I'm going to wash that off. Otherwise I feel like I'm just be putting too much on and it will take ages to dry. And then I'll come back when it's dry. I'm feeling a little bit like Jim Carrey at the moment. Okay, so I've had this on now for about 20 minutes and it's still not completely dry. As you can see, there are still some wet patches, but where it is dry now, it feels quite tight. So I am going to rinse it off, but I think perhaps that pack would be suitable to do 2 face packs. So maybe you could just put a little peg on that or something and just use half of it. I'm sure that would be more than enough. But let's rinse this off and see how glowy I look. Okay, so I'm completely rinsed. I'm just going to use a tissue on my face just to dab off the excess water. And I never actually use a towel on my face. I always just use a tissue, as I feel that towels can actually, it's a bit around my hairline actually, I feel that towels can actually pull at the skin. But yeah, it feels nice and fresh and bright. I'm going to just put a bit of cream on now as it's lunchtime, and I'm going to go and have my smoothie and then I will have my bath. But it does feel nice and fresh. As I was washing it off, it felt quite tingly, and I was worried I was going to look up and have a bright orange face or something, but no, it's left my skin feeling nice and fresh and glowy, so really impressed with that. I've got 2 more of those masks, I think a coconut one and something else, so I'm looking forward to trying those and I'll let you know how I get on. Okay, so it's Monday morning now, and I thought I would just give you a quick update on where we are with the decorating. So all of the coving is done. Let me angle you up like that. Hello.
Morning.
All of the painting is done and obviously completely dry. We've started putting the wall art back up.
Actually, I've got to gloss that door yet. I haven't done that door yet.
Oh yes, so that door
This one's
there
done.
is all done. And did you do all the glossing over there as well?
Yeah, all the glossing, all the skirting boards and door frames are done. The only one I haven't done is the bedroom door.
Yeah, and you can
Just the
actually
ring out
see
there, so-
if...
Yeah,
Let me just whiz you around without making you dizzy. You can actually see it's slightly yellower than the frame. And the gloss that we've got is a really nice bright white,
Yeah, I
isn't
think it's
it?
the Dulux one, yeah.
So we also haven't painted the fireplace surround yet, but we will be doing that as well. We're going to get a satin paint for
It looks
that.
better in satin, doesn't it?
Yeah, not sort of too shiny for the fire surround. And then the satin paint that we actually get for that, we're going to paint a bookcase that we've got for my craft room. So that will do both of those jobs. So I'm going to just spin you back around again. In fact, let me turn the camera around. And I just want to show you the new unit. And Matt put this up yesterday. I was busy writing, but Matt did it on his own. It took him 4 hours.
4
didn't
hours,
it?
yeah, quite.
Well, it was fiddly with the drawers, wasn't it? You
Yeah,
said.
one of the drawers wasn't square. When I put it together, one of the drawers was actually off, so I had to take the screws out and re-drill the holes and put new screw holes in. But it came out all right in the end.
Yeah.
But we're going to change the clips, the locks, aren't we, on the actual doors? Because they look too bulky and clumsy, so we might just get some little magnets or something.
Although the doors are staying
Yeah,
shut, aren't they? As they
Stay
are.
closed, it's quite nice.
Really love that though, and that is going to be the style of the other pieces of furniture that we're having in the room. Now, we've already got a console table in that same colour and style, which is out in the entrance hall. It's slightly darker than this, just because over the years it has obviously been waxed, and Matt uses this beeswax furniture polish, which is really good.
Smells lovely.
Really lovely.
Got a really sort of lavender smell to it. We need to get some more actually.
Eventually, once we've sort of applied a few coats to that, that will also just go slightly darker. But I really love the colour as it is. We've left the cover on the sofa for now, just because Matt has got to do that door. So better safe than sorry, just in case there are any splatters.
Yeah.
Although I'm sure it'll be quite neat with that.
Yeah.
But the next job, which we're both very excited about, is the wallpapering. So this is our paper. It is actually sort of beige, a sort of taupe colour, I think, with a nice sort of dark cream background. But it has got, I think, a sort of sagey look to it.
It has. Do you want to see it against the wall?
A sort of green. And it goes really nicely with the colour of the sideboard.
I think it goes lovely with the sideboard.
I do. I think it really...
It's going to brighten the room up a hell of a lot as well, isn't it?
Yeah. And we are just doing that one wall, which I think I've said before, as a feature wall. And we're not going to remove the old wallpaper just because
I did try at the bottom when it did start bringing the plaster off.
The plaster's very weak behind that paper.
It's the old lime and horsehair plaster, so it's really old. So we don't want to get into replastering.
No, so eventually the room will just get smaller and smaller because the walls becoming thicker. But no, so and then if we've got any of that wallpaper left over, we're going to do one wall in the little entrance hall, which I won't show you at the moment because it's a complete mess everywhere else. Well, it is in here at the moment, but
we've got the post bag out there as well. You want to see
I don't want to see any of that. So this is the next job. I've actually got some work to do, so you're going to tackle that alone, aren't you?
Yeah, it's small, but it's easy.
You like wallpaper,
I don't mind
don't
wallpaper.
you?
Yeah, especially when it's super fresco. You just paste the wall. It's 12 o'clock. Paste the wall and then just stick the paper on. It's nice and easy. There's no pasting tables needed and old-fashioned stuff. It just makes it a lot more simple.
Okay. I'm just going to turn you around again. So this seems like a really sort of brief update, but don't forget we are recording all of this for a longer video where we'll be showing you the whole project from start to finish. So all of the sort of details in between we've recorded for that. But I did just want to update you in this, which is going to be a 10-day vlog at this time rather than a weekly vlog, just because we've been, well, I haven't really done much else other than decorating, have we? So I didn't just want to bombard you with that. But one thing I do want to show you, and I'll pop out in the garden later, is the crocuses that are coming up on the lawn out in the back garden. They really do look lovely. So when the sun comes up a little bit more, I'll take you out there and show you those. And then the other thing as well, we've been watching a few new vlogs lately. We found a couple of channels that we really love, 3 actually. A couple of ladies, and also one of the ladies' husbands who's doing a renovation on a beautiful house in the country. But my point is that both of the women have mentioned going to, what's it called? Home Sense, which is a wonderful store that sells all sorts of well, furniture, but accessories as well. So what we're going to try to do, it won't be in this vlog, but it will be in the next one, is pop along to Home Sense. And we didn't even realise there was one quite close by.
Oh, it's South Oxford, isn't it? So it's not too far.
So it's very close to where we went to pick the
almost
coffee table chest up.
Within 100 yards of where he lived, wasn't it? Yeah.
So we're going to pop there probably on Thursday now. So that will be, like I say, in the next vlog. But really looking forward to that, because obviously after this is done, the next thing is going to be accessories and cushions and things like that.
That's
all the fun bits. So yeah, I'll pop back in again when Matt's done the wallpapering to show you the big reveal.
Got all the swearing out.
Yeah. So I should have come out and done this earlier when the sun was shining, because they're all sort of closing up now. But look at these beautiful crocuses. And these cover the lawn at this time of year, every year. And they're really pretty. But we've actually got lots of bulbs and things coming up. There's lots of bluebells down in front of Matt's shed, and also signs of some primroses coming up as well. Spring is on its way. And there is the completed wall. And it looks so much bigger and lighter in here. We're both really pleased with it. Now, we were going to try to keep the old curtains. We decided we'd order some new, and then we thought, well, they're really nice curtains, so we won't. But then I was just having a look on the catalogue for some other bits and pieces, and I found a really nice rug, actually, which will be here at the weekend. And I found some curtains that are the exact same pattern as the wallpaper, so I just had to order them, so they'll be coming at the weekend as well. And I actually think they'll work better because they're going to be a bit lighter, and I'm just so pleased with this. I think it goes really nicely with the brick, and also with the moving the camera the wrong way, and with the wood of the new furniture as well. And there'll also be a bookcase in that corner behind me. So yeah, just really pleased with how it's looking. So it's about 5 to 4 now, so we're going to race out and go and pick up Woody the pudding for his walk. So I'll see you out there. Are you rolling? Are you rolling? I just think he's rolling in. So, I'm actually a little bit late for the walk, just because we moved the console table from the entrance hall into the living room, and it just looks so good, doesn't it?
Nice, it's looking really nice.
Yeah, so much lighter, bigger, because it's a small room anyway. The dark furniture that we had in there, you know, just made it feel more smaller, more cramped.
Yeah.
So
the coffee table was a little bit too big, really, wasn't it?
yeah, so we've put that sort of into place as well, just to get the effect. and it's all just looking really lovely. So yeah, just looking forward now to adding all of the accessories. The curtains will be here, like I said, at the weekends. We'll get those up. I think we'll be okay with the blinds.
Yeah, the blinds are sort of nicely.
They're the right
sagey
shade,
brown,
aren't they?
and we've patterned on them with wallpaper
Yeah.
as well.
My eyes are watering again.
It's mild, but that wind's still got to it.
Yeah, so I didn't wear my scarf today or my gloves,
It's like
just because it feels so much more spring-like. A little bit chilly, hands are getting a little bit cold, but it's just the promise of better weather ahead.
spring's on its way. Safe. You're safe. Wait. Goodbye. Goodbye.